everybody, welcome back to my craft room at Random Acts of Crafting, and I have a project that I wanted to bring you. Now, if any of you follow Maymay, you may have seen her do this sophisticated satchel. It's like a pocketbook, but it can be used as a gift bag, and I thought, what better time than this time of the year to make something like this, but make it for Christmas. So I thought, you know, we're at that time of the year where we're searching for cute little gift bags, and these are so adorable to give little gifts, little bottles of lotion, little bath bombs, just all kinds of little nice little things that could be given to a lady in your life. Maybe it might be a good friend, a Sunday school teacher, maybe your hairdresser, just a lot of different people that you come across that you might want to do something special for. I want to do something a little different with the one that I want to do today. For anyone that has visited my store, you might have seen this tartan paper, and I fell in love with the pink, but I like the pink, the side that has the diagonal. One side looks like this, as you can see, that's that side. The other side is diagonal. So I cut the two pieces that I need for the front, the mats for the front and the back of my bag, and we're going to make our bag out of a heavy black cardstock, and I'm using the Brutus Monroe. This is in the Raven, and I love that. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I did cut the mats that I need for the bag, and you do need 2 mats, and those measurements are, I had them here just a moment ago. Oh, what did I do with them? Here we go. You're going to need these 2 pieces here to be 8 1/4 by 5 3/4. So just cut them like that. We will do some more trimming on them, but we'll get to that in a minute. And then you're going to need 2 pieces that are 7 by 1 3/4. So I'm just going to lay these over here out of our way, and we are going to get into the actual making of the bag. So I do have myself some notes over here because there is a lot to take in. Please know that I will have all of these measurements that you can actually write down and follow with me in the description of this video below. The first thing we're going to need to do is some scoring. So let's take out our school board, and let's lay this in on the 11-inch side, and we are going to score at 2, and this is really heavy duty cardstock, so you want to get a good crease in it, and at 8. So at 2 and 8. And like I said, I'm going over this twice because it is a very heavy duty cardstock. So we're going to lay that to the side, and we're going to grab our other piece. And this one we're going to need to score the same way. So we're going to come in, because one is going to be the front of our bag, the other one's going to be the back of our bag. So we're going to score this one at 2. Also, I will link Maymay's video below in my description, so you might want to go and check hers out as well. I have made probably 3 or 4 of these little bags, and I love them. I think they're so cute, and they look more like a purse than any of the ones that I've seen. So again, at 2 and at 8. And this 8-inch is actually going to be the bottom of our bag. So we're going to just score this up like that. And this one's going to get scored down, but we're not going to do that yet. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. I always get excited when I'm making these, and I usually do that. I get ahead of myself. Let's bring our trimmer back, because now we're going to need to trim this paper down to 4. We need 2 at 4 by 8.5. So we know this is our 8.5-inch side, so we're just going to cut 2 strips of 4 off of it. So I'm just going to come in right here, and there's a 4-inch strip, and then we need one more. Now there is some construction to be done on this bag. It's not, I won't say it's hard. There's just a lot of steps to get you where you need to be. So the first thing we're going to do, or the next thing we're going to do, is we're going to score these pieces. And we need to score these pieces at 3 inches. Let's see, that is 4. Okay, we're going to do it at 3 on the 8.5 inch side. So we're going to come down to 3 and just score a nice little crease in that and set it aside. And we're going to do the same thing with the other piece. Score it at 3. Now, the construction that we need to do on these pieces might be where you will feel a little bit intimidated, but don't. We're going to do some pencil marks. Now, on the where you scored the 3 inch side, you want that 3 inch to be at the bottom of your scoreboard. So here's your crease line right there. That's your 3 inch that we just did. So we're going to turn it this way. Grab a pencil, and we are going to score this at, where's my piece? Where's my piece? Let's see, we're going to do it at 1/2 and at 1. I think that's right. Let me double check my measurements and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and I did get my measurements straight. I had to just go back and double check a few things to get this straight. But like I was saying, you have these pieces. I have gone ahead and measured this one. So I'll show you what I did. I put it in the scoreboard, and I did a pencil tick mark at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 3 inches, and 3.5 inches. So you're just going to do a little pencil tick mark. That's all you need to do. And I'm going to show you again on this one. You want to put the long side up and your folded side, the 3 inch side, down toward you. And we are going to mark it at 3, at 1.5. I'll get this right in a minute. At 1/2, 1, 3, and 3.5. Now we're going to go back to this piece because we're going to need to do some tick marks on it too. You have your 3 inch piece at the bottom, and this right here is your 2 inch flap. You're going to go up to where your 2 inch flap is, and you are going to go over to 3/4 of an inch and put a tick mark, and 7 3/4 over here, and put a little tick mark. And we're going to do that on both pieces. So do it on both pieces. Make sure that your 2 inch score mark is to the top, and 3/4 and 7 3/4. Just like that. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces marked. So now we're going to put our scoreboard down and go ahead and get our trimmer, because we're going to be able to trim these angles, and that's what these marks were for. Because if you notice how the bag is at an angle, you notice the angle on it? We need to make those angle cuts. And it sounds a lot harder than it is, but it's really not. When I was watching Maymay do this, it was so easy to follow. And I am going to get this little bit of black frays of paper out of my trimmer track. But all we're going to do is we're going to line up that tick mark, and we're going to bring over our score mark right here. You see your score mark? I'm going to bring y'all in just a little bit. Hopefully you can see this. This is our tick mark right there. So we're going to line that up right into the track of our trimmer. And then we're going to pivot this piece over just to where that's right at the mark. We're going to bring our blade in about halfway, sink it, make sure it's down into the paper, slice up and slice down. And that cuts that perfect little angle out of there. Now we're going to turn it over and do it on this side, but we're going to do the opposite. I am going to put this up here, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to pivot this until it's lined up, that tick mark. Let me bring it up so you can see what I'm doing. See the tick mark right there? That is lined up directly into the track, and the score mark right here. So I am going to bring my blade again to the middle, sink it, slice down and up, and that gives us that angle that we're needing. Now we're going to do that one more time, because here's our other piece, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put this into the track. I'm going to zoom out a little bit this time so you can see it from a distance. There is my tick mark, and I'm going to bring this over just to where it's into that track. Bring my blade about halfway up, sink it, slice up and slice down, just like that. Then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to put this into the track and bring that over just to there. Sink our blade in the middle, slice up and slice down. Now these two pieces are ready. So we've done everything we need to do on those pieces. So now all we have to do is work on these side pieces. These are going to be our side pieces, and it's going to need to look like this. Oops, I didn't cut that one. It's going to need to look like this when we're finished. This is my rough draft, you might say. But this is what it's going to need to look like. So in order to get that, we're going to do the same thing to this one. You see the score mark that we have right there? This is going to be our end point, and that first tick mark right there to the outside one is going to be the piece that we're cutting from. So we're going to do the same thing we just did. We're going to line that tick mark up into the trimmer. We're going to bring that up about halfway, sink it, slice up and slice down, and we're just cutting that little piece out. We're going to turn it around. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to line that up right there in the track, bringing that score line right over to the track. Sink it, slice it up and down. Now we have this pretty well done, but we need to cut this in a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to line that up on the 1/2 inch line, and I'm going to bring my blade, let's see, get it back on the 1/2 inch, and I'm going to bring my blade up to where it lines up directly across from that line, just like that. I'll slice up. Then I'm going to take my little cutter bee scissors, and I'm going to cut right in that score line and just snip that out. And then I'm going to angle this in just like that. That gives us that side. So now we're just going to turn it over, and we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to line this up at a 1/2 inch, and I'm going to bring this to that score line, and I'm lining up the little side. The trimmer has that little side piece right there, so you want to line that up directly with that score mark. Sink the blade and slice it up. Take your scissors and cut right on that score line, and then angle cut this off just like that. And then we're going to turn this back over, and we're going to angle cut from this side up to that point, and then from this point over to the edge. And that gives us this piece right here. Perfect. So what we're going to do now, we're going to need to score this, but before we score, let's go ahead and get the rest of our pieces cut. So we're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to line that up into the track, bring that over to the score mark is right on the track, sink our blade about halfway on the piece, slice up and slice down. We're going to turn it over, making sure your marked pieces are up. You're just going to do it in the opposite direction. And I'm going to put that right there, swing it over just a little bit, and I am going to put that right there. I'm going to slice down and up, and that gives me that piece cut. Now we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to line this up at the 1/2 inch, and I'm going to bring this up and sink it right on that score line as close as we possibly can get it, just like that. Slice it up, and we're going to cut it out, and we're going to angle it off, just like that. Then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Line it up at a 1/2 inch, bring our blade down, line it up with the 3. You can actually line it with the 3 and it will be perfect, because we know this was a 3-inch score line. So 3, sink the blade, slice up, bring it over, cut it out, angle cut, just like that. Now we are going to have a little fray right there, so I'm just going to go in and snip that if I can. There we go. Now I'm going to go up to this side, and I'm going to just snip into that tick mark, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to go at this angle, just like that. So these little bags are so fun to make. Now I'm going to get rid of all of my little scraps and get this out of our way before we bring up our scoreboard. A lot of times people like to know, why do you have the dark line down the middle of your scoreboard? This is one of the times that I can answer that question. We need to score from here to there, just like that. And this piece will allow me to get in there knowing that I've got that on that line and on that corner right there, and I can get a straight line on that. So I am going to grab, instead of doing it with my bone folder, I'm going to do it with this actual stylist. And I'm just going to work this down just like that, and that gives us that perfect little edge that we need to fold in. We're going to turn it over, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm lining up that top peak with this bottom corner, and then I'm just going to come in and kind of scrub it down just like that, and I'm going to fold that in. Let's get our bone folder back out here, and we'll crease this down really good, like that, and this one up, and that piece is ready to go into our bag. Now we got this piece that we need to do. So again, we are going to put that little edge onto that mark, bring it down to this edge, just like that, and I'm going to scrub in that score line, and I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to do the same thing here. And that gives us that perfect angle that we need. So I'm going to fold that in, use my bone folder, and I'm going to give it a good press. And we can fold this one up, and this piece is ready. Now if you notice, these two pieces will sit just like this, and they will be the corner of our bag. So now let's look at what we have here. We are going to fold one of these up and crease it down. I think we can move our scoreboard now. So this one's going to be folded one way, and the other one we're going to fold back in the other direction, just like that. And we're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to fold one down and the other one back. And then I'm going to show you how simple this is to put together, because what we're going to do now is we're going to put the bag together just like this, and these pieces are going to fit right in here, just like that. And we're going to snuggle these down up underneath the top and the bottom, so you won't have a raw edge. You'll have a nice finished edge inside your bag. But look how easy that's coming together. It is going to be gorgeous. So just like that. And then this will come up like this, and that's pretty much your bag. Of course, the decorating is the fun part. So I'm going to take the sides out, and I want to lay these down like this, and I'm going to fold that back, because what I want to do is put my pieces in, and we are going to need to trim these. So this is going to fit right about here, and it looks like we are going to need to take about 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to show you how easy that's going to be to do with your trimmer. I cannot take the credit for any of this measurement, because this was totally Maymay's doings. But we want to take off about 3/4. Now we know that that's 1/4, that's a half, that's 3/4. So you're going to come over to your your third line. So I'm going to hold this piece, and I'm going to pivot this piece over to 1, 2, 3, just like that. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to sink our blade, slice and slice, and we're going to turn it around, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to put the bottom into our score line, and we're going to come over 1, 2, 3, 3 lines on your let's see, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Double check, measure twice, cut once. That's what they always say. Sink it in the middle, cut down and up. Now, if we cut this properly, this is going to fit right in and give us a little bit of a border, and it does. And it looks so cute. I love that. I love that black with that pink, and with it being the plaid. This was just screaming a handbag, don't you think? So we are going to do the same thing with the next piece. We're going to put it in. The good thing about this, you get 2 tries on everything, because everything you do, you're doing it twice. So we're going to put this one in here at the bottom, and then we're going to pivot the top over to 1, 2, 3 lines, just like that. Bring that blade up, sink it in the middle, slice up and down, and then we're going to turn it, and we're going to do the same thing here, only we're going to put this in here, and we're going to pivot this in 1, 2, 3 lines over, and we're going to sink the blade in the middle, cut down and up, and this gives us our other side of our bag. And we're going to do the same thing with this, but this one we're only going to need to do 1/4. So these are the pieces for the flap. These are going to live here, just like that. And we are going to do 1/4 of an inch on this. So we're just going to put the bottom in there, pivot over about to there, sink the blade in the middle, up and down, and do the same thing on the other side. Put that into the corner and pivot it to 1/4, just like that. Sink your blade up and down. And then this should fit perfectly right there. Isn't that cute? I'm loving it. I think this bag is going to be so beautiful. We're going to do the same thing with this one. We're going to put that into the trimmer, putting it right there on into the line, and bring that over 1/4, just like that. And turn it over. Again, this bottom piece is going to go into the trimmer, and we're going to pivot that back out to 1/4 inch so you can cut. And this will fit on the other side. So that pretty much gets our bag done. I am going to pause for a minute, and when we come back we will go ahead and get this bag glued together, and then we'll be ready to put embellishments on it, do our straps, and we can almost call this done. How cute is that? We'll be right back. Okay everybody, we are back once again, and what I'm going to start doing now is go ahead and put these pieces on. We're going to put the mat on the front of our purse and on the back, and then we're going to fold this down and probably glue it, and then we're going to go ahead and put the mat on it, and then we're going to decide how we're going to decorate and dress this up. But the first thing I want to do is just take some art glitter glue, and let's see, my glue is over here. It was hiding out from me. So, like I said, I want this side that's more at an angle than this side. So I'm going to put the glue over here. Making sure I'm getting it on the edges really good. I don't want my edges to lift up. And then I'm just going to lay it down and put some dirt through the middle. And this is the cardstock, this tartan, and it's a very heavy cardstock, so you won't have to worry about your glue seeping through. So let's just get that down there evened up, and that looks nice. Look how cute that's going to be. Alright, so let's go ahead now and put a little glue under here. Now you don't have to glue this flap down, but I like it better down because it gives me a better place to decorate and make my bag look like a real handbag. So that's why I choose to glue that down like that. And now we're going to take this piece and we're going to glue it just like this, where it's going to be matted right in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and put my glue on this side. And then I'm just going to stick this down, just like you would if you were matting a card. You want a little of that black to kind of peek through, just like so. Alright, there is one side of our bag, and that is so cute. I am loving the way this bag is coming together. Now we're just going to grab these other pieces and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, we got both sides of our purse stuck together now. So now the next thing that we need to do is to go ahead and, oops, I didn't get this side glued down. So let me put a little glue right along in here, and then we'll glue this side down. Okay, now we have both our front and our back of our bag ready to put together. So all we're going to do now is we are going to stand our bag up, and I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and adhere the sides to it. And in order to do that, I am going to put some glue right here on this side. And be generous with your glue right here. You're going to want enough to make sure it's going to hold. You could use sticky tape if you preferred. I'd just as soon use my art glitter glue. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand my purse up, and I'm going to bring that right to the edge, just like that, where I want it to live. And then I'm just going to bring that in, making it even all the way up, just like that. And I'm going to press that down. So I'm going to lay that down now, and I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm going to get in here and really work that piece down, just like that. And then I am going to put glue on the back side of this. the underneath part. So if you want to turn it like this, however you can hold it, but we want some glue to live right here. You hear my puppy dogs in the background. It's morning and they are playing. It's what they do best first thing in the morning. They love to rip and play. After they get up, they've had a good night's sleep. Toby, Bella. They are playing. They sound ferocious, but they're really not. They are playing with each other and they love that horseplay. Alright, so we got that side in and this side glued down. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring this piece, I'll tell you what, let's put this other side on. While we're working here, let's just go ahead and get this side down, and that'll make the other side come together really good. So now on this side I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put a generous amount of glue. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lay this down right on the edge, meeting up my corners. Stand it up and make sure you're getting it just to the edge of the front of your purse, or the back, whichever side this is going to be. And you can decide that once you get it together. And now that's nice and neat and together. So the only thing we have to do now, let's glue this flap down. And I'm going to put that in there nice and tight and get that glued down. And now all we have to do is put this side in just like this. And put glue on each side, and this purse is going to be done. Let's see, I think I'm going to go in this way. Yeah, I think that's going to give me a little bit better fit. Yeah. It's also going to cover up the raw edges, so that's good. Alright, so what you want to do is lay the whole purse down onto that platform, which is this 3-inch scored piece. So you're just going to sit the whole bag down on that. I am going to glue my side pieces first. So what I'm going to do is turn this over, put my glue once again right here on these little tabs that we made. And I'm going to go ahead and do it on both sides. And then I'm going to just lay this down on top, just like so. I'm going to bring that over, making sure that my edges are catching. I'm sitting the base of it down so that we can make sure that it gets right where we want it to be. That looks good. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to push that in to where I want it to glue. Just like that. Just like that. Making sure it's all gluing together. Now this last piece down here, all we're going to do with this is just put a nice amount of glue all the way across it. And then we're just going to sit that down in it. I'm going to go down and just press into the bottom of my bag. Just like that. Oh, and this piece did not come together where I wanted it. It's okay. Just lift it up. And there is our bag. Now I'm going to take my fingers and press in on each side and just make that little curvature that gives you that fold right in there. Just hold your fingers like this and press it together, and that will give you that curvature that you want on the side to make it look like it's a real bag. And I think that is just so cute. Now, if you wanted a wider bag, you could very easily adjust it by making your base bigger and redesigning your sides. It's a lot of math involved, so I like it the way it is. I think it's really cute. You can get stuff in here. Your hand will fit down in there, and it is a beautiful little bag. Now, what I'm going to need to decide is what I want to do in decorating the front of my bag. So I really want this bag to look very Vogue. I want to put some more black on it. So I'm thinking maybe a strip with a gold, a little gold piece on it. So let me show you what I have in mind. And of course, now once you get this bag together, the decoration is totally yours. Do with it what you will. Once you make this bag, you can find so many different ways to decorate it. So I'm going to cut a 1-inch piece off, and I'm thinking I want this 1-inch piece to live right here. Do I want it to be 1 inch? I think I do. I want it to be 1 inch. Maybe a half. Let's cut this in half and see what we get. And again, this is all part of the process of designing how you want your bag to look. So, play with it. Make it yours. Okay, let's see if we want, oh yeah, I like the thinner piece better. So this is a 1/2 inch, and I am going to cut this to 6 3/4. So right about there, I'm going to just come up and whack that off. And let's see if this will live right here without having to do any angle cuts. Yep, I think it will. Right there. Perfect. Now, before I glue anything down, I'm gonna play with this a little bit. And just remember, if y'all want to pick up a pack of this tartan paper, it is gorgeous, and it is available in my store. So go over to randomactsofcrafting.com and take a look at what's in my store. Also, if you are in need of one of these We Are Memory Keepers scoreboards that have the 1/8 measurements across the top, not just the line, but the actual number is written on the top of that. I'm going to let you see that. I do have only one of these scoreboards in my store. So if you're interested in grabbing one, go over and take a look, and go ahead and do some shopping for yourself. Every now and then we need to do that, because I always say when we buy little pretties for ourselves, it's flowers for our soul. And I love that. I think we all enjoy getting pretties from our mail when we open our mail, and we've got some surprises out there in our mailbox or on our front porch. It's always such an up. So if you want to pick up some of that, please feel free. Now I'm going to use this gold because I think gold makes it rich, and I'm going to use this old Stampin' Up! Label punch. This is an old one. If you don't have that, you can easily cut a little square and just round your corners, and it will do the same thing. But since I have the tool, I'm going to use it. I'm just going to come in to about here, and I'm going to punch out a little gold tag, because I just think, a pocketbook just isn't a pocketbook unless you have your little brand name on it. And that's going to go right there. Isn't that going to be cute? Now see, that dresses it up already and makes it look like a pocketbook. So I might go ahead and cut another one, so we'll have one for the other side if we decide to put it on there. If we don't, hey, I'll use this for something else. So there we go. I'm just going to lay my gold and silver paper back over there. And let's see, we have our other strip right here. Let's see, we need to cut this down because we cut it down to 6 3/4. So right about there. Okay, I was checking the time because my husband calls me every morning when he's on his morning break at work, and always try to make myself available for him. So I thought I would try to get this recorded before he called or finish recording. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on this piece. I love the way this bag is coming together. It's such a good sturdy bag because I did use that Brutus Monroe Cardstock, and it is gorgeous. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball this and put this right in the center. And then I'm going to do the same with this. I'm just going to put a little art glitter glue right here. And I'm going to glue this down right in the middle. Right about there. And I'm going to turn it over, and I want to do the same thing on the other side. I just want to glue this strip down. Okay, and then this little piece, and again we're just going to put that right in the front. Now I'm going to do another one of these, and I will show it in pictures at the end of the video, but I'm going to do another one as a Christmas bag. I wanted to show you how to make this bag, and then I want to do one out of Christmas paper, because how cute would this bag be made out of some pretty Christmas paper, decorated with some snowflakes or snowmen, Santa Clauses, whatever you wanted to do with it, actually for a little Christmas gift bag. I think it would be so cute. So I'm going to try that. But before we go any further, I want to do our straps for this. And now our straps are going to go here and here, not here. I think if you put them across the top like that, it's going to take away from being able to open this purse to get in it, to get things out. Let me go ahead and close up my glue before I forget and get clumps on it, and we don't want that. So pin back in the glue. If I can get it to go. I think, oh, there we go. I was getting ready to say maybe I've already got a clump in there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and cut my handles, and we'll be right back, and I'll show you how to put those together. Now they are 12-inch strips cut at 3 inches. Now Maymay cut hers thinner, but when I made this purse, I did the thicker straps because I wanted them to be thicker right here, and I love that. And I did embellish this one a little bit different. I made the little bow. I put some little doodads on it right here. I'm thinking I want to come back here and put something in here, just on the front, not the back. So I need to decide which piece is going to be my front. Probably this one. I don't know. They look both the same to me, so... but that's what I did with this one, and I didn't do anything back here. But you can put brads where your handles are. There's just so many ways you can decorate this little purse and make it so cute. I even took a piece of, this is like the little stretchy cord, and I put a little key on it, because we have little danglies hanging off of our purses. So I wanted this to look like it was an in vogue purse. I thought it came out really cute. I was very proud of it. It's very durable, because again, I made this out of the Not Your Mama's, not Your Mama's. That only comes in white. I made this out of the Brutus Monroe Raven cardstock, the base of the purse, and then I used some pattern paper to decorate it. So, alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to go and find some 12-inch paper to do my straps with, and we will return. Okay everybody, I'm back, and what I have done is I've cut 2 strips that are 2 inches wide, and I decided that I'm not going to make them as wide as the ones I had before. I'm going to do them at the 1 inch. So what I want to do is score this in half at 1. So let me get my bone folder. I'm going to go ahead and use this one, and I'm just going to score it right down the middle at 1 inch. And I'm going to go again, make sure I get a good crease in that. And I'm going to do the other one the same way, just score it at 1. And I'm just going to fold these in two, just like that. I'm going to move my scoreboard out of the way, and I am going to crease this down using this bone folder, because I want this to have a nice crispness to it right here. I want it to be really nice and crisp, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. We are going to fold these in two, glue them in two. We are folding them, but I'm going to glue them because I think the glue will give this even a little bit more stability, and I want these handles to be really nice and strong. So I am going to open it up, and on one side I'm just going to really load it up with some glue, and I'm just going to do little zigzags if I can get my glue to flow. There we go. It's cold this morning, and not even my art glitter glue wants to work. So that looks like that's enough, so I'm just going to fold that into the glue. And while I'm folding it into the glue, I'm going to start curling it, because I need a little curvature on these handles, and this will help my glue to adhere as well. So I'm just using my fingers, and the heat from my hands is going to curve this handle just like this. And now I'm going to lay this one to the side just for a minute. See, we don't have a great curve, but I do have a little bit. And if you need to get a little bit more, you can take a bone folder and just do this. And it breaks up the fibers in that paper enough to give you a curvature like that. So I'm going to lay that one over to the side, and now I'm going to open this one. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put my art glitter glue, just zigzagging it all the way down, just like that. And then I'm going to fold that over onto the glue and press it. And then I'm going to do the same thing. You'll hear it crack because that glue doesn't want to go that direction. That's the reason I'm putting the glue in first and then working it. It will adhere. And I'm going to take this bone folder. These EK Tool bone folders are better for curving, I think, than these. I mean, you can do it with either one. Actually, this one does just as good. It's just anything to help you break that fiber down so that you can get that little curve that you need. So what I'm going to do now is I want to take my little corner rounder, and I have this little EK Tool quarter rounder, and I am going to put that into, I'm hoping this is going to work. And it did. I'm going to do that side. Oops. I just want it to look round. I'll tell you what, we're just going to trim this out a little bit with our cutter bees, because it looks like it wanted to cut a little bit more, and I might should have used a smaller one on this, but we got it. If it trims off a little wonky, just trim it off. It's just paper. So we'll do it like that. So now let's try this one. I'm going to put it in on this corner, and then I'm going to go in on this corner. And see, that second one does not want to work really good for us. So I'm just going to angle that off. And that's not perfect by no means. That looks a little bit better like that. So now let's bring our purse back over, and I'm going to show you what I want to do. I want this handle to connect right here like that. Isn't that cute? Oh, and while we were gone, my husband called me. So if you notice, I put my initials, KC, right there. You know how when we see the Michael Kors bags, and that's like one of my dreams. I've always wanted a Michael Kors bag, but I have never gotten one. But the MK is always on the bag. So what I did is I used my word punch board, and I'll show you what that is. The word punch board is a We Are Memory Keepers, and it's a little system like this, and it comes with all of the alphabets. As you can see, I have them stored in this little box. And all I did was put the K and the C right there, stuck a piece of black paper like this underneath. As you can see, this is where I cut them out that I had just written because I was thinking about writing it. And then I thought, no, I like the KC. Then I went back under here and picked up the KC, and I just took a little bit of glue and put on it and glued those on. So instead of it saying MK, it's saying KC. So I thought that was a nice little touch, but I wanted to tell you I had done that off camera, and I didn't want you to see it and wonder, okay, where did that come from? I did that just to add a little bit more character to my bag. I don't know that I would do this if I was making this to give as a gift bag. I probably wouldn't, because nobody would want my initials on their bag, but you could put their initials. That would be a nice touch. So just a little thought. And again, like I said, this is only you know, this bag right here would be so cute for a Christmas, not a Christmas present, but a birthday gift, Mother's Day, anniversary gift. Just so many little things that we could think of that we could do with this particular bag. Now, I'm going to go ahead and punch the corners on this one. Oops. While I've got it right here. Let's get that in. And then get this side in. And again, see, it's just not quite the right size for this, so I'm just going to trim that off just like that. And then I'm going to put the other side in. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to punch and lay this side in and punch. Now that did a little bit better, but okay, let's move our little, still got a little bit right here where it made it just a little tiny bit wonky. So now we've got our little handles to put on, and I am going to put a good amount of glue on the ends of these. Just like so, and I'm going to do both at the same time because that way I can make sure I get them both exactly where I want them. So what I'm going to do is lay the bag down so hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to decide where I want these handles to live. And I want that one right there and this one right here. And then I'm just going to hold that. I'm just going to hold it and hold it. And that glue will definitely catch. It just takes a minute, so you know, be patient. Make sure your handles are exactly where you want them. And another thing you could do with this is you could use the clothespins. This would be a great place to put the clothespin. Oh, I don't know. It's not gonna, well, kind of, sort of. You probably would need longer ones for this, but that will work. That does help hold them. And then we're going to turn it around and we're going to do the same thing to the back. And we're going to put those handles on the back. So I'm going to go in and put a good amount of glue on both sides. And I'm going to find my spot where I want those to live. And I want them to be as even with the front ones as I can get them. So they look like they belong. And then I'm just going to hold. A lot of y'all have been asking about my leg and my foot. I am doing better. It seems like that I had inflammation in my knee due to arthritis. Yes, I'm getting old. I hate to admit it, but I am. But because of the inflammation in my knee, the same leg that I had the surgery on the foot, it set me back quite a bit. So I have been taking turmeric, which is a herb, and you can buy it in capsule form. And I've been taking that, and it seems to be helping. So if you are suffering from any type of inflammation in your body, give it a try. It's worth it. If it can help alleviate the pain and help you live a little bit better life and pain-free, I say give it a try. My husband was having some problems with his foot, and he started taking it, and he is actually all better. Never had to go see the doctor or anything. So I started taking it because I was having so much pain in my left knee and my right elbow. So I had even gone and had a cortisone shot put in my right elbow, and it didn't help. So the turmeric seems to be doing the job, so I have been really, really pleased. Okay, what we're going to do now, I'm going to take those clothespins off because we want to do a little bit more decorating on this. Let me grab a few things and I will be right back. Okay, we are back, and I have found these brads. Now, I did take my scissors because they had the little fold-out pieces on them, but these look like little gold buttons, and I thought they would be precious on this. And I'm going to use these little pop dots, and I'm going to stick a pop dot right inside of that little... the reason I'm using the pop dot is I need something that will sit in there and give me a place to put more adhesive. So I am going to stick that down in there really, really good. I'm going to grab another one. And these are just some little pop dots that I had left over on this little sheet. And I am going to put this one right there in the middle as well. Get that centered in there as best I can. See, the little pieces are still sticking up, so I'm trying to camouflage them with the pop dot. And there we go, that one's in there. And I'm going to peel off the backer like that. And then I am going to put some art glitter glue on top of that just to help give it a little bit more stick, because I do not want these to fall off. So I'm going to put a good little amount there and there. Might have got too much on that one. Okay, now I'm going to stick these, if I can do it without getting glue all over everything, right here on this handle, so it looks like that the handle is braided. Is that a word? Y'all know me so well. I come up with my own little phrases. My husband calls them Kathyisms. And he makes fun of the way I talk all the time, but that's okay. I know he does it all in fun and love, so that's all that matters. Okay, get that down in there. Now that art glitter glue that's showing will dry clear, so don't worry if you have a little bit of glue that's showing out from underneath this. Oops, that one slid up. I don't want it up there, I want it down here. Now that looks gorgeous. You know, this purse is so cute. I don't think I'm going to do anything else to it. I may come back over on this side and use 2 more of those brads. Let me pull those brads back out. What did I do with them? Why is it when you are crafting, you lay things down on your desk right in front of you and then you can't find them? Do y'all do that? I do it all the time. And I had those little brads right here in my hand just a minute ago. Okay. Let's see. I have some more right here. So let's go ahead and grab these. I think it was a different pack than this, but okay, everybody, I have to apologize because I thought I had turned my camera back on and I actually finished the bag, and I'm not even sure where I was at. But what I did is I put the handles on. I think I might have been recording when I got the handles on, but I put brads on both sides. I didn't do the initials on this back here. I only did them on the front, and then I tied this little charm on here with just a little piece of gold, and I used the gold to match the brads and my little gold piece here that I put the initials on. Anyway, this bag I think turned out adorable. I'm also going to show you at the end of this one that I made with the Christmas paper, and I think you will love both of these, and you'll see just how versatile this little bag can be as a gift bag. What a cute way to give a gift. And I do want to let you know once again that I do not take credit for this design whatsoever. Maymay made it. This was on her channel. I've seen some other people that did it as well. I don't know if they copied her or what, but I did follow her tutorial for the first one of these that I made, and I have since made several of these, and I love making them. They're a lot of fun. They are a challenge because of your side piece, but once you get this, and it's not hard if you take the time to follow my directions, making sure that you put the tick marks where I told you to, and that you score in the places that you were supposed to. Bag goes together very good, very sturdy. This is a sturdy bag, and how cute would it be to get a gift in something like this? I know I would be thrilled, and I think any of us ladies would love something like this. So I hope y'all enjoyed the tutorial on making this, and like I said, I am going to have some Christmas bags coming up that we're going to do, and I will show you in the pictures in just a little bit the Christmas bag that I did. So anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and God bless you. As I always say, let everything that you do and say bring glory to Him, because He is so worthy. And also show kindness to someone in your life, in your world, even if they're a stranger, especially if they're a stranger. Show the love of Christ and let that love shine through. And until we craft again, may God richly bless you and keep you, and I love you all very much. Thanks, and have fun. Bye-bye. And hey everybody, I am back, and I have my Christmas bag to show you. And I wanted to make this one so that, and I did this off camera because you had already seen me construct, and it's absolutely the same. The only difference I did is I did put a pattern paper on the side that matches our little front page. But this is made for the front of your little gift bag, and I put a tag on it instead of a charm. So this way it has a to and from on the back and a Merry Christmas on the front, and this would be so cute to give any lady in your life, this cute little bag. Any bag that you have a tutorial for, you can turn it into a Christmas bag by simply changing up your paper and your decorations. But I hope that y'all have enjoyed the process of making this cute, and Maymay called it a sophisticated satchel. I think it's just a lovely bag, very sturdy. I mean, this will hold a ton. You know, every girl needs a bag to slip her cell phone in, so I'm just going to slip my cell phone in there, and my cell phone is pretty heavy because it is the Note 10 Plus, and I have a glass case over it, so this phone is pretty heavy, and this box, or this little bag, holds it. So just I thought I would throw that out there and let you know that this bag is sturdy enough to hold up. You could put a couple lotions, maybe some hand soaps, maybe even a bath bomb, anything like that that you would like to give someone special in your life. And I think they would be thrilled to death to get it in one of these cute little handmade bags. So if you enjoyed my tutorial and you enjoyed watching these videos, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share this video with someone else that you know, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. You can ring that bell so that you can be notified. You can actually, when you click on that bell, you can actually set it up on how you want to receive your notifications, how often. You can choose just some or all, or you can turn the bell off and not be notified at all and just come in on your own and check for my videos every so often. But anyway, I am trying to grow my channel. For any of my new people, and lately I had a buku of new people that just subscribed, so for all my new people, I want to tell you there is a giveaway once I reach 500 subscribers. I'm up to 399 as of this morning. So, and today is Thursday, November the 14th. So if you will subscribe to my channel, help me grow. The details for the giveaway is in a video that's titled Let's Talk. So go look at that video. It will tell you how to enter, and it will show you the prize package that we're giving away. I will let you know that it is retail $75 worth of paper crafting products, and I'm sure you'll be thrilled with each and every item that you receive. So anyway, God bless you all. I hope you have a very blessed and happy Thursday, and until we craft again, let everything that you do and say bring glory to God. He is so worthy of our praise and our honor, and I thank you, each and every one of you, for joining me, subscribing, and supporting me. Thanks so much. And oh, one other thing, if you're interested in this Merry Christmas, this is in my store. The die for this is in my store. So go check it out, and the link to my store is at the top of the description. So thanks again, guys, and I love you all. Bye-bye.